Welcome back to What's Up with Your Food, Dude, an Ayurvedic analysis of things you are eating every single day. My name is Sarah Otto-Combs. I'm an Ayurvedic practitioner, wellness warrior, and the founder of Siddha Labs. Today's topic is raw food making you aggro? This is a real thing that happens, and that's why I wanted to bring it up today. But I'm not just gonna talk about the fact that it does make some people aggro. I'm gonna break down why this happens. So raw food is one of those diets that is good for a very small group of people, right? It's excellent for people who have very strong digestion and who need a lot of bitter and astringent flavors to stay balanced. However, there are some consequences to following a diet like this long term, including things like fanaticism, becoming very unreasonable. Like, people get so into it that they just turn into dicks, right? Like, they only want to eat this food this way, and there's actually an explanation for why this happens. It's not just random, right? The qualities present in your food impact your physical and mental well-being. So I want to break down how raw food can actually make someone more aggressive. So I want to preface this by saying most people who are into extreme diets tend to be pitta dominant, right? Remember, pitta is the fiery dosha, fire and water. It's volatility. Pitta people like to go to the extreme. They like to do things to the max. Like they will take a simple thing like eating food and make it like a hyper vigilant, super detailed exercise. And that's cool. There is nothing wrong with that. I totally support that. But when it starts to impact your well-being and your relationships with other people, it's time to take a step back and maybe add some sweet flavor to your diet, because sweet flavor makes you sweeter. It really does. And I don't mean refined sugar. I mean carbohydrates, mangoes, ghee. If you're vegan, find something else. But it means that this component needs to come back in to calm you down. So, how does eating raw food make you more aggressive? So, if you're sticking to a raw food only diet, you have to understand the qualities of raw food. Raw food is drying. So, if you're having a dominantly raw food diet, it's going to probably have a lot of vegetables that aren't cooked. Maybe they're blended, whatever it might be, but it's not it. So it has a lot of air quality. What does air do to fire? Air fans the flames of fire and makes it bigger. So if you are already a pitta dominant fiery individual and you start having a very air dominant diet, this can actually increase your pitta. This is why understanding root cause is so important. And whenever I'm working with my clients, I don't just say, oh, this person has high pitta. I say, oh, this person has high pitta because they have increased vata or because they have kapha blocking. Like, there are so many subtleties and nuances that are difficult for people to understand who do not have clinical training like I do. So if you didn't know this, no worries, no big deal. It's not something everybody would think about, but I'm sharing this with you so you can refine your own knowledge of how your diet and lifestyle really impact you. And obviously, we all impact each other as well. So we want to go for diets that bring us back to balance, keep us peaceful, and keep us fit and strong according to our unique constitutional needs, of course. Lastly, if you are following a raw diet and you don't have any signs and symptoms of imbalance, then cool. Like, I know I said some things about raw food people being aggro, and there's an element of truth to that, but there are also many people who do quite well with a large amount of raw, again, depending on their constitution type and the climate that they live in. However, again, if you're having these signs and symptoms of like irritability, fanaticism, or if you're getting anxious, you feel ungrounded in your body, and you have a lot of gas and like painful indigestion, man, raw is not the way to go. These are signs from your body that something is off. And something that I have repeatedly seen in these raw food groups is that the other members encourage new people to just stick with it. They'll get used to it. It's okay. Pretty soon you won't even notice that your stomach hurts. And like, oh God, that just makes me cringe as an Ayurvedic practitioner, because you should not ignore what your body is telling you. Yes, there are times when it is good to have that mental discipline so that you can push through discomfort. But when your body is uncomfortable all the time after eating, this is not something to push through. This is something to pay attention to, because you are not what you eat. You are what you can digest. And that is a tremendous distinction. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please remember to subscribe, drop a comment below, and share this with your friends, especially if you have any raw food people that might need this understanding. Non-judgmental, of course. Thank you so much for joining. Om Namah Shivaya. If you are one of these people that has been experiencing digestive discomfort due to a raw food diet, or you just can't figure out like why your stomach always hurts, I highly recommend joining my fall cleanse. It starts October 25th, 2020, and I'm going to walk you through the how, what, and why, and get your digestive system back on track with a very simple and very effective protocol that will renew, reset, and rejuvenate you for fall and winter so that you can feel good, bolster your immunity, and actually enjoy eating instead of having it be painful. Reach out. I'll put a link next. Okay, see you guys soon.